Good evening. It is a busy show tonight with 4 matches, September's goal of the month, and Alan Shearer and Martin Keown here to analyse it all. We begin at the Etihad, where Manchester City kicked off 8 points behind Liverpool at the top of the table. They took on Wolves, and Guy Mowbray was watching.
We played good. Performance was good. Defensively was very, very good, I think. Very organised, knowing exactly the points of pressure. The boys work hard till the end, running. Most of them are only in the limits, but till the end was fantastic.
We're always confident, we really are. We know how tough the Premier League is, and people forget how many games we had at the start of the season. It's been tough, it really, really has been tough, but I think now you look at this week, we go into international break now, we can rest, recuperate and go again, but it's something where we've always had confidence in ourselves, and we knew, listening to the manager and listening to his ways, we'd come through it in the end, and luckily today, we deserved it.
We were not in our best, and teamwork, when you can see the counter-attack, they are so fast with Jimenez, Cutrone, Adama. And we tried. In the key moments, we had the chances to score, but in general, the game was not in the way we want to play, and it was a bad day.
We know that all the points we've dropped this season, we didn't drop it because the opponent was so much better. We dropped them because of us. So we were guilty for all these dropped points, and that's the main part that hurts so much, you know.
Well, it certainly will hurt for a while, but Al, it was a sensational win for Wolves, and you have to say they deserved that from start to finish.
Oh, absolutely, they deserved it. It was a masterclass in defending and togetherness and playing counter-attacking football. They were sensational in what they had to do. This is a system that they played. They played 5 at the back, the 3 in the midfield. Bolly comes out for the ball, Moutinho fills in for him. And they were quite happy forcing them wide because they wanted to cross balls. Look at Bolly getting back into the middle. If they didn't, when they won the first one, someone again won the second one. Cody heading away, and that was a constant. Traore, who was magnificent at right wing back, one-on-one v Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling says, "I'm going to put the gas on here and go past you." Traore says, "No, you're not. I'm slipping it into 5th gear," and there was no chance. And he hardly got past him all afternoon. There's the same shape again. 5 at the back, 3 in midfield, and the number of times you see City playing those little intricate balls, trying to get in behind, but no, they forced them out and balls into the box, and that played right into the centre half's hands at Wolves. That's what they wanted them to do. Everyone behind the ball, and just watch the attitude here of the 3 players coming out to close him down. He's got the option to play it left. Zinchenko, he chooses not to, but look at the way he's being closed down there. The determination from those Wolves players was incredible. 11 players behind the ball in the final third there. There is no way through whatsoever. If you don't win the first one, make sure you win the second one, and the third, and the fourth. And look at the desire from them there. Look at the way they're surrounding the City players. There is just no way through whatsoever. Doherty now comes on into Traore's position. Traore goes up front. And that's mentioned the counter-attacking football, playing right into Wolves' hands. They've now got the pace up there. They got a warning. Clever foul, stopped them going into that into the back 4. They didn't take any notice of it because they were punished. Jimenez, who was sensational, hold-up play, bringing players into the game. He makes a mug of Otamendi, sits him down, puts it on a plate for a Traore. Can he finish? Absolutely. And that was the start of it again. Tracking back, I mentioned the work rate and the togetherness. Moutinho, same shape, that never changed. They were brilliant at it. They win the ball, first thought, forward. Jimenez, turn, head up, wait of pass into that guy Traore again, finishes off again. What a performance, what a result, thoroughly deserved, and you can see what it meant to him and to his coach and staff. It was just brilliant to watch.
It's interesting because Traore hasn't actually scored since September 2018, and yet he has the audacity to get 2 at the Etihad. He's a player who's been around for a while, hasn't he, Martin? Is he finally coming of age?
Do you know, it's a joy, really, to see someone finally harness that incredible pace that he's got. I've described him in the past as like a learner driver at the wheel of a Ferrari.
Has he passed the test?
But he's a learner. Now he has passed that test. He has finally come good. He was absolutely fantastic in the way that he played. Intelligence of movement and really using that pace now to good use. And that played a major part in why they won that game today.
Yeah, I mean, they sliced open City's defence. They haven't really looked the same, have they, since Laporte got injured? And the warning signs were there right from the start.
Yeah, no company now. I'm a bit worried about Rodri as well, and this was very early on in the game, and it's happened far too easily, where obviously their fullbacks go very high up the pitch, and Rodri, really important that he blocks that pass into the front players. And they just were magnificent on the break. You have to say, Jimenez, the way that he ran, Cotrone should be putting that one away. You know, it was an early warning for them, and they just, strangely, they looked uncertain in possession, and normally they're really crisp with their passing. And this, again, Mahrez, sloppy. And fair play to Wolves, because they had two strikers that were there, that were opportunistic, wanted to take the ball off, and were willing to run at this City defence. And you felt, well, how many more times are they going to get away with it? Because you just don't see it. Walker's saying, look, I don't want it there. Why not? Receive the ball. There's a pass on. Again, it's sloppy. Otamendi gives it away. And again, that Wolves front players, Jimenez running through, should do better for me in this situation. And it was like they didn't adjust. Kept doing it. Kept Rodri again. For me, I don't know the position that he's taking up. He's the night watchman. He's in no man's land there. He either presses the ball or he sits back in front of his defence. Because they need protection, believe you me. It's not Laporte anymore or company. They're in trouble. And again, they should do better in that situation. And it just was a matter of time for me. Great shape, of course, as Alan has said. And this guy, Traore, look at this pace. I mean, there's a World 100 metres final taking place at the moment. Otamendi, show him down the line. He dives in. What are you doing? You stay on your feet. And then this fella finally comes good and finds the necessary finish. I was really pleased for him.
OK, well, last season, City overcame a 7-point deficit to beat Liverpool to the title. But is it different this time around? Not just in terms of the points that they have to make up at this stage, but in terms of the strength of Liverpool and what they offer?
Well, Liverpool will be hurt from what happened last season, with only losing that one game. But they'll be very confident. They'll be very, very confident that they can go the full stretch this time.
OK, well...
They play in the last game of the weekend. But for me and Don on the Goal Rush, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And it is goodbye for now.
Well, that's why we love the Premier League. Nobody saw that coming. It is only the 4th time that Pep Guardiola has lost a home game in the Premier League as Manchester City manager. Smiling with your Liverpool hat on there. What a weekend.
Wow.
What a weekend.
It's been unbelievable, yeah. You know, well, at Anfield it started, didn't it, with that last-minute decision. You know, this was coming in many ways. In the first half...
Hang on, you sat there at half-time and said, don't worry, City will score.
Well, yeah. But you also asked
so none of us saw it coming.
No, you also asked what City have to do, and I thought they have to keep it tight at the back because they broke away 3 or 4 times in that first half. Yeah. So the warning signs were there. They only broke away twice in the second half, but they got punished. You can't keep letting a Premier League quality side, have chances against you. It was stunning, and as you rightly say, that's why we love the Premier League. You just can't predict it.
And those supporters, those Wolves supporters and the Wolves manager, and you cannot deny them that victory today, Robin, can you?
No, if you look at the whole game, Wolves defended incredible, but they came out as well. And if you look at the 2 goals, 2 fantastic passes from Jimenez, and a great finish, both of them. I think the second one was even better from Adama. The first one was with a lot of composure, but the second one he had to even turn his body slightly. Well, this is the first one, or the second one.
First one.
This is the first one. So here you see Jimenez. It's a nice little touch here, bang, outside foot, and then a lot of composure. I think it's a great goal. The second one is even better.
But the thing is, if you took the first half, there was 4 examples of this. 2v2. It's like a training game. Otamendi dives in. It's impossible to dive in there. And if you do, you've got to clean the man out. Fernandinho's too far over. That can happen to a great centre-back. Company would have won that. And again, it is a good finish from Traore, but Wolves are a brilliant counter-attacking team, and they deserve to win today. And I think the way City defend, you can win the league. As good as they are going forward, if they did it against Everton, and they did it again today and they got punished. They're too good offensively to give away goals like that.
Just to emphasise what Owen said, 2v2 at the back, it's not the end of the world. It's not a great position to be in, but the last thing you do is make it 2v1 in their favour. If you're unsure, if you've got the same amount of men as them, just stay on your feet. It's going to take something special to get past you. Back off, back off, back off. Wait for help, wait for help.
Yeah,
to dive in...
Or foul, at least foul.
Yeah, well, if you're going to dive in, you've got to take the player and the man, or just the player. I know it might sound cynical, but you've got to do it. to go to ground and get nothing, the ball or the man, well, you're asking for huge trouble, and that's what he got.
And Adama Traore cost a lot of money last season. Until today, he'd only scored once for Wolves, and he's gone and scored twice away at the champions. And as you say, 2 very good finishes. This is the second one, Robbie.
Here again, outside foot, ping, right on time, and then he's off with this pace. But this one, he has to like open his body up slightly. And then again, it's a beautiful finish.
How open are Manchester City? I know they're chasing and stuff, but that's one ball, 70 yards, a straight run from the quickest guy in the Premier League. And if he adds finishing to his game, his value just went up about double.
When you're bearing down on goal in that position, I've always said right-footed finish near post. You can even feed it outside the near post. It's always a better angle. Going to the left corner is so difficult in that situation. If you're a right footer, because the natural shape is is right to left. It's so hard. He's just, I mean, it's textbook finishing.
What he does well here is that he keeps his options open. Sometimes when you go one-on-one, when you have that much time, if your body is not angled in the right direction, you can only go one corner. And he opens up so he can go either way.
Masterclass of finish. He knows what he's talking about.
That's time we had someone in here. City did have some chances, didn't they, at 0-0, but nothing like recognisable ones that we normally see.
No, but I mean, look, when we're talking about Man City, we're talking about a set piece, free kick. I mean, this wasn't, and Raheem Sterling played off the left. He's not as effective there. I'm not sure why, but Wolves deserve a ton of credit. Robin said they defended brilliant, and they did. They got the whole team back there. They were blocking everything. This was probably the biggest bit of confusion, but you know what? They couldn't get through. Wolves were just too good defensively, and I think they slow City down with that tempo. But imagine, that's what we're showing. Just a free kick.
Personally, I love attacking, and I love beautiful goals and beautiful actions, but looking at Wolves, how they defend with their lives, that's a piece of art as well, if you can do that all together.
They could not find a way through. So, Michael, the implications, yes, of course, we have 30 games still to play as we look at this effort from Bernardo Silva late on as well. They kept trying to get through, but the implications now, 30 games still to play, but what about the 8-point lead?
Well, it's huge. It wouldn't be necessarily so big if there weren't one absolute world-class team in the league. Are Liverpool going to drop 8 points between now and the end of the season? Yes, definitely. I mean, but are Manchester City going to win every single game? It just puts the pressure on the 2 games that they're playing against them now. Sat here now, you think, right, well, City have to win this first game against Liverpool. That's coming up in November, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's putting all the pressure on them. Yes, Liverpool will drop that amount of points, but, you know, it's going to take a near perfect from now to the end of the season performance from City to claw that back.
If Everton's attack, which isn't that great, caused that much trouble, and if Wolves' attack, who haven't scored many goals this season, caused that much trouble, imagine what Liverpool's front three is going to do. I mean, I worry for City in the sense, but maybe now it makes their mind up to go spend some money in January. Because if they haven't, company's gone there and replaced him, Laporte, that injury.
Even more money?
They have to, though. Now, you watch the last 3 games. They can't defend like that. They can't. So basically, company's gone, Laporte, all of a sudden now you're forced into going to get someone if they want to push with Liverpool. Because I think defending the way they are, you can't win the league.
They can do with a centre-back.
What do you think, though? 8 points, 8 games in.
It's still early.
Yeah?
Loads of things can happen, like you've seen today, you know. I think that's why everyone loves the English league. The Premier League is just full of surprises. And it's just nice to watch as well, you know. Before the game, we were thinking, maybe it's going to be 5 or 6 today for City. And then you see a game where Wolves is basically basically defending better and playing better and scored 2 great goals.